Hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
Give me a minute, Mayor, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait on Johnny. We always start it on time, but we'll give Johnny a little bit of a break here.
Not 6:30 till 7:30.
That's right. Same thing.
Apologize, Mayor, I lost some papers, but I guess they'll
What are you
be.
looking for, Johnny?
That was the file I had.
Oh, it's back here in that chair. Let me get it. I moved it. You got it? It's back here in that chair, Chief. Was eating cake and ice cream earlier
Oh,
because
do you see this going on
I
here?
remember, I thought that's
No
what I had.
cane, no walker.
That's right. That's awesome.
Lord, don't tell me why, I'll pay, I'll do anything. I'll pay bail.
I'm throwing about you, John.
Somebody's got a big mouth.
I got it on video.
Okay, I wanna welcome everyone. Don't mind, make sure your phones are on vibrate. And, John, you care for it? You feel so good, looks good, might as well.
Nothing wrong with your eyesight, yes, okay. Father, we come to you one more time, this side of eternity, thanking for your love and your mercy. God, we ask for your guidance tonight. I was reading in 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 7, where you wrote about a difference. Only in the Bible one time, difference. But when God wrote it in there, He emphasized He wanted us to make a difference. I felt like tonight while I was praying to tell each one of us we can make a difference. We are individual people with individual minds and with the greatness of God in our being. Let us, God, as we come out, look for things to do for Cedar Bluff to make a positive difference in men and women's life. I praise you and I thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. chief comes here.
Welcome all visitors in, make y'all.
John, John.
Good morning.
Yeah.
He's
Oh, you
got-
found it? Okay. Well, we would have never found it then. I thought it was in there in that chair.
Next on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Information.
I'll make that motion. Approve the agenda.
Second. Okay. Kenny second. All in favor? Nay. Thank you. Approval of the previous minutes, September 15, 2020. Have a motion?
I make the motion to approve the September meeting.
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Nay. Has everybody had a chance to look at the bills? Any questions?
I looked at the bills, there's a few things, I think we had, let me make sure, we had $61,000 that was paid. I did not see any payroll.
I did accounts payable this time. Sorry, Johnny.
Did what?
I just did accounts payable. I didn't do the payroll side of it, but I can from now on.
Okay, I didn't see that, and I wanted to make sure. There's Crossroads Engineer, $7,140.
That was a grant. That was a grant that we had to finish up that line going from, what's the street called there, Terry? Going in there where Dave Stanton lives up to Shannon Heights. Is that McGuire? McGuire. That
Okay,
was to finish that up. So that was a reimbursement that we got, and that was nothing out of pocket from us. That was part of our grant funding.
that was another question I wanted. I've seen North Visa, $6,719, 25 cents.
That's a various of charges, and you'll see another big Visa bill next month. I don't know exactly what the Visa bill was because it's broken down to like 20 different things. But like our trash truck just broke down a week ago, and I had to charge a $1,900 part on our Visa for that to get our PTO shipped to Teddy Arrington up to Haslam. And they just got finished. We spent probably $4,000 and $2,500 worth of those purchases. Will be on the Visa card, the credit card next week, or next month, I mean, but I mean, that's $6,000 is, you know, I got to separate, I just
I'll
break
make them
down.
and give separation. I
Okay.
doubt any, I just want a record of it.
Right, right.
To where I can tell, and I wanted to make one comment, on Speedy Lube, $2,927.43.
That was a service for
And
fire trucks,
I really don't need to know that, I will get a check on it, but I'm very fond of that.
right,
I like seeing our business go to them.
yeah.
I would like to have, if you could help me this week, on water bill, $12,109.
That's every
I think
month.
it would be helpful for us if we had some way of knowing how much we're taking in. In other words, I know 12,000 is what we're paying, and we should be making $3,000 or $4,000, I would think,
Right, right,
off of that.
yeah,
And if I could get a record, I'd certainly appreciate it.
okay.
Thank you.
And that's split up too, Johnny. That split up like, we pay the water to the town of Richland is like $60-some hundred, and then, to the wastewater plant, the sewer treatment plant, $50-some hundred. After you total the two together, it comes up to like 12-1 or something. But I mean, it's split up, you know.
I know we've got a lot of out-of-town water that pay more than the in-town folks,
Right,
and then the in-town folks are paying a profit, and it helps the council more if we can see how much profit we're making, or like what's being made off of, different things, like Crossroad. If we're getting,
Right.
funding for that, it's not really costing us money.
right,
And then usually our payout is like $115,000 average, and this time I looked at 60,
well, a lot of that, like the grant money, the 7,000 Crossroads Engineering,
yeah,
that was nothing out of money from our pocket. That was for that project because it was basically 100% financed. for that with the, Crossroads Engineering gonna do on the water line.
Okay.
And where we put the fire hydrants in and all that up there in, Shannon Heights. And,
Okay,
Rick Woods did the, dig for us, remember? So,
okay, I just wanted to check those things, everything else, I think everybody's pretty well aware of it.
yeah.
Uh,
But the credit card, I see the problem with the credit card, but sometimes you gotta use it. Hey Terry, where did they deliver the PTO from?
Roanoke to
Teddy Harrington.
Harrington.
So we had to put that on the credit card, I mean,
I'm well aware of it, we got several businesses, and my wife said we had 15 people using the credit card, and she don't even know who he is.
oh wow, yeah.
So it does make it complicated. I wanted to check some on this, especially after, and could I have just a second?
Absolutely.
I got this pamphlet here, and I've got no crow to pick with nobody, but this little pamphlet said that we've had problems with dishonesty. I've been here several years. I've had state police come in several times, I've had auditors come in several times. I would give anybody a $1,000 reward for the last 15 or 20 years if they'll show me a dishonesty that's been made with the town records. Jim McLaughlin was with here, we were constantly getting auditors. Our lawyer's been here 40 years, had a birthday of 40 years today. We kept, and when somebody writes that there's dishonesty going on, I like to see that.
See what?
The dishonesty that's going on. I pastor a church. I've been mayor a couple of times, I've been on council a couple of times. When people say things are dishonesty.
Well, that was brought to my attention, and I spoke to Miss Tuggle, of course.
Yeah,
And I don't think she was calling anybody dishonest
well,
as far as
she
stealing
wrote
or
it,
anything,
I'm
but
not
you're always
interested.
gonna have people dishonest.
Yeah, I don't
Well, everybody
wanna
feels
drag
true.
up no names, or I don't want no problem.
Right.
I do want people to know, for 20 or 25 years, state police, audit records of banks, we had 5 banks, and we had those audited 3 times a year. State police come in and audit them. Well, Tim's been counsel here, a lot have been on council. I started running for mayor and getting involved in this when there was some people saying that our town manager was writing checks dishonest, and I had everything backed up for several years. They said even no mistakes made in our books. So I did want to clarify that. I don't want nobody to think now incapable.
Now, was that sent to you or something? I'd like to see where it come from. I'll check it.
I just had it give to me, and I don't really want no argument on it. I just want to clarify
Well, I'll have to find out where it comes from.
that, you know, that's what's been wrote, dishonesty.
Well, I hadn't seen it, but I have heard it. I'd like to see
and,
where it comes from.
Incapability, that got me. You know, I am incapable. I probably have made mistakes, but I will vouch for every member of our board for the last 25 years, because I've been involved in most of it. And there's been no dishonesty that, well, state police can't find it and our auditors can't find it, and I wanted to clarify that.
When was the state police here?
State police, when I first come in, and I don't remember how many years that was, Tim was here, different one, Lawyer was here.
I
He'd
mean,
tell
was that
you-
like 15 or 16 years ago?
Yeah, he can tell you more of it than I can, but they accused Mr. McLaughlin of writing checks, and said they had the check numbers and the amounts and who he wrote it to. And so I run for mayor and got elected, and they asked me to run for mayor and fire Mr. McLaughlin. I did not say I would fire Mr. McLaughlin, I said I'll run for mayor, and if I win, I will find out what's going on. We called state police in, Tim will verify, I think, 3 state police, 5 or 6 different auditors, people from Richmond. When they got through, after about a month and a half, they give clear records. And I know since I've been here, if there's been any dishonesty on, I pretty well check this thing. when it's every check number's right here on this list for everybody. And, pretty well speaks for itself. And I don't want in that, I don't want no fuss, I just want to clarify that there's no dishonesty going on in Cedar Bluff council or lawyers or managers, because if it was, I'd done called it. And our lawyer would have done called it. I think he'll vouch for me. Today's his 40th year. We had birthday cake for him a while ago. He's getting old. He can't remember a lot. But he can tell you that we've been honest, because he's been a lawyer behind that thing.
I started when I was 5.
Yeah, I hear that. And I apologize for the time. I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay,
And remember, I got $1,000 you show me, because I want to know if somebody's done something dishonest in Cedar Bluff in the last 20 or 25 years. And they show me, I'll give them $1,000 reward.
I'll take it.
If
Payment of the bills,
I make a motion that for payment of the bill.
second. All in favor?
I
Next. Chief Brown? You want to come on?
I'm standing up here, got a couple things. We got Shop the Cop getting ready to come up, hopefully toward the end of December. We're still waiting to find out if that's actually gonna go forward. But we were turned down for the Walmart grant that we usually get every year. Haven't got an answer to why that grant was turned down, but I'm working on that. On a sadder note, for my Officer Brown here beside me, I applied for the Harley Davidson grant. We didn't get the 2 motorcycles that would have been free. I looked over, I believe we're gonna have a second reading of my policy for our body cameras. I looked over the policy, there's really no changes from the original reading, well, no changes that I had to make or anything that changes from the original policy. If you haven't had a chance to review it, I've got them in my office as well. I believe we're gonna have a second reading tonight. Other than that, you know, I always sing the praises of my guys. They're out here doing it every day and doing it the right way. But that's all I have. Sorry, one more thing. I don't know if this would fall in this or public comment, but I've been asked numerous people about trick or treat this year, if we're doing it or if we're not.
Well, Bluefield, I talked to the lady from Bluefield, and they're doing it from 6 to 8.
I spoke to Richlands before I come in, because our meeting started at 6. They're doing the same thing. If you don't want to participate, turn your lights off. If your lights are off, nobody goes to your door. If your lights are on, they'll come to your door. So that's how they're operating.
I was gonna actually bring it up my town manager's report, so, I was just gonna get
Okay. We'll get
consensus of the board or whatever, see what you're gonna do.
Yeah, you're ready.
Okay. Be it ordained by the council of the town of Cedar Bluff, Virginia, that Chapter 2, Article 4, Division 3 of the Code of the Town be adopted as follows. Section 2-34, Police Body Camera Use Policy. Consistent with the definitions, mandates, and authority of Section 15.2-1723.1, Code of Virginia 1950 as amended, the following or attached body-worn camera system policy is adopted and shall apply within the town. And of course, it's already been published and we have a copy of it attached. So we just need to, this is the second reading, so we just need a motion and a second. And
Have a motion.
since it's already being, I think, employed by the police, we should ask that it be taken in effect immediately.
I make a motion that we adopt this ordinance and for it to be take effect from
Second.
So,
All in favor?
Aye.
No? Okay, public comment. Let y'all come up real quick.
We don't have all one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Angela. I didn't know nobody knew. Come on up.
Oh, sorry.
Leave it up to-
Oh, you want to know, go sit back down. My name's Angel Bell, this is Erin Bell. So we're,
Nice to meet you.
family business, we do athletic benefits. And I've talked to you guys a few times before. I've got you a packet, everybody's got the same information it should have. If you're not familiar with Aflac benefits, I'll just give you kind of a brief overview of what we do. We do supplemental benefits for a lot of public sector type of accounts, private businesses as well. We offer different supplemental benefits. Some of the important things that we do is short-term disability. This is something you could allow your employees, your town employees, to have access to, which would provide them with an income if they became disabled due to something off of the job, car accident, a fall, something like that, something that your workman's comp's not going to cover for them. Or if they became ill. COVID is the big thing right now, but any type of illness, heart attacks, surgeries, where they're going to be put out of work, all they need is the doctor saying they can't come to work. And Aflac picks up depending on the policy that they choose. We have lots of different policies to choose from that can help cover their income. So if you have money coming in for their bills and important things, and this could be guaranteed issue for all your employees as well. So regardless of their current health conditions, we'll have several things that are going to be guaranteed issue for employees that you won't have to worry about them being denied coverage. Some of the other plans you've got in there, an accident plan, and this would give them some cash benefits related to medical care for any accident or injury related. And this is going to also cover them for things that happen on the job as well as off of the job. And you've got some guys that do some dangerous stuff for you. This gives them some extra help for those medical costs, co-pays, and deductibles. And I won't go over all of it. You guys all have this if you want to look it over. But it starts from your hospital admissions or your doctor visits, all through your long-term care. It also has life benefits if you're killed. It has benefits for wellness benefits, just routine
Help them stay
things.
healthy.
Yeah,
Once a year to have physicals, eye exams, dental
yeah.
checkups. I mean,
It encourages them to, to take care of their health too.
and the death benefit is an added plus. That, if something happened to them, they passed away, it would help their family out with funeral expenses. It's built into the policy.
Yeah.
A lot of people look at that that can't afford or don't have any type of life. It's not full life insurance that covers the sickness in it, but they have an accident, car wreck, they pass away, it helps them out.
You probably have some stuff for them on the job, but this would cover, on the job too.
Who is the, I'm trying to think. Do we have some supplementals from, I know they do,
National Liberty.
National Liberty. I think this, of course, we could probably, the employees could pick up a package through this and have it deducted out of their check too, just like National Liberty, is that what Freedom Corps did?
Yeah,
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 okay,
yeah.
We used to have that.
yeah, pretty good.
The town used to have it. How many years ago has that been?
100. Probably 10.
10 years ago.
10 years ago. It's changed a little bit. Aflac's been in business a long time. We try to stay current with the current needs.
Right.
As far as like our cancer plan, we update that fairly regular to make sure that all of the current treatment options are included in that. And that would be this plan right here is their cancer insurance. A couple other things you guys have in there is a hospital supplement. It helps out with co-pays and deductibles just for overall general things. It's not related to cancer, accident. The critical illness plan has coverage for heart attack and stroke are the big ones, but there's a whole list of things in here that this plan would cover. So what Aflac's designed basically to do is to help people with a catastrophic type of condition. Cancer diagnosis, serious accident, heart attacks and stroke. Those are the types of things that people could truly face bankruptcy
Absolutely.
when they're going through them.
Does it take it out before taxes?
The health plans all are short-term disability and life insurance with not or after-tax deduction. And we have a different plan in this that's an after-tax. So there's lots of different options in each plan. We've got, for the most part, the higher end products in your packets, but there's also
Is the short-term disability your most popular, probably?
short-term and accident is probably what we have most people that do. Cancer is probably the third. We do life insurance as well, vision and dental. I don't know that you guys need that, but
No,
that's something that
We have that kind of look.
there's also a little paper you've got in there. This is called your value added services.
Yeah.
And this is a an option for you guys to pick one thing, and then every employee would get that service for free. So no payroll deduction for them, or no bill sent to you guys, to the company to pay for it. Some of the big things is telemedicine. We're doing a lot of that these days. You guys may already have that. If you don't,
It's called Google. I Google my
it's
sickness
called
and it tells me what's wrong with me.
yeah.
No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Then you,
Yeah,
well, then you call this guy to call your prescription in.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah,
So unfortunately, we still do need that doctor.
right, absolutely.
Fraud protection is another huge thing that people need protection with cyberspace, because we're all on our phones, computers, sensitive information. So if you don't have a LifeLock type protection, this would be an opportunity to get that
We
taken
have
away.
a cyber policy through our software that we had to pick up this year.
Okay. And so
First
all
time
your
we've ever
employees
had
get
to do
that.
it was the cyber policy.
Do all your employees have access to it, or is it just for your
Yeah, just
computer?
administration, basically,
Administration,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, if that's something you wanted to get care of.
absolutely,
You can do
yeah,
that. There's different options there, and
right.
we can talk about those in detail. We also have pricing in here, and Aaron ran this as a bi-weekly. I'm not sure how your pay
bi-weekly.
instead of bi-weekly pay, so we hit that on the button. Just some examples of, especially the short-term disability, that's very customizable, as all of our plans are. We can customize it to the need of each employee. And, you know, this is something that can be set up to be completely employee funded, meaning they just pick and choose, and take the policies that they want.
Right,
It is something you guys can contribute to if you'd
Okay.
like to,
okay,
by choosing a plan, maybe pick an accident plan, every employee gets that coverage.
mhm,
You guys get the tax break on it
right,
for the premiums, and then, you know, they get the coverage for set a budget. We have companies that do that different ways, so if it's something that you guys want to look into doing,
okay.
it's definitely something that we're.
Do you remember how it was done 10 years ago, Terry?
He gets to take it out or pay it, that's all I
So it was never, yeah,
Never employee funded or defined contribution.
employer funded, yeah.
If you take it out or take it.
And one thing I've always, doing the job, when you talk to people about insurance, they think, well, the money's gonna go to the doctor, it's gonna go to the hospital.
Right,
This comes directly to the policy owner. So
right,
they get to pick and choose, you know, if they do experience
Mhm.
an incident, they get to choose how that money is used.
right.
I mean, they can use it to their bills, or, you know, for the bills, or, you know, but it comes to them, and, you know, there's not other people with their hands in the pot.
Yeah, and it's a definite help even with major medical. Major medical doesn't cover all the expenses that people go through.
And
Right.
as expensive as major medical has gotten.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I think the study, and I may have my numbers off just a little bit, but 75% of people who file for bankruptcy in the U.S. is due to medical expenses,
Right.
and 50% or more of those people have health insurance.
Right.
So it is a real problem.
Wow.
Any questions for us?
I see your name and phone number, but where y'all located, is your office?
Abingdon.
Abington, whereabouts in Abington?
Main Street, exit 14.
Oh, where you at?
Right across from Double Dot, the East
Yeah,
River
I
Business.
know where you're at now.
Yeah. Have y'all got a lot of municipalities that participate?
Just pretty much all of our
Really?
municipalities do, yes.
Okay.
Mhm, and school systems, all the school systems in the Southwest Virginia for sure.
Right.
So I'll tell you a quick story on her. I said, Karen, Craig,
This is my favorite story.
this is the
You remember-
last baby we're having. I thought, man, it's done. I walk in, it just come out 3D, and I'm sitting there, it's my last kid, and I'm just,
Well, you gotta
that's how I was
start.
dipping scholars.
I wasn't an insurance agent then.
No, she was.
I worked for
OBGYN.
yeah, for Dr.
Her doctor was in there, and she came in and done some stuff. She said, hit that screen up there, and I just stood up, hit the TV, and she was moving around on Karen's belly, and I was like, wow, I know it's called 3D, but why is there like 3 screens? She's like, well, you're having triplets. Oh my God. I swallowed my skull, I stood up, and I said, I need to go to the bathroom real quick. So when I started going out, I'm going outside, I was getting my vehicle. Where are you going? I said, I'm out here. I said, 5 kids? I said, and Dickie just told me on the way, goes, make sure you don't have any more kids. He said, you'll never have anything. I was like, okay. And what happened, a lady had triplets before that.
Karen was in on it, so we set that up. We set him up so
It was
good.
just pre-recorded. The lady,
Yeah.
I mean, she was moving it, I mean, it was moving on her belly. It's like, oh my
He was like, I've gotta go get the doctor. I said, well, just wait, we'll get finished, we'll go get the doctor. He said, well, I'm going to get the doctor. And then later he admitted he was leaving town.
We had kids, I'd take Karen took still these shots and I took medicine, we didn't know what was going on. So we didn't think we had any kids.
Well, how old was your
I'm
baby?
popping 5 out, I'm
Like,
flipping.
you had
He's
a,
9.
I mean, but when we did this, your baby
She's
was
3
like
months old.
3 or 4 months old.
Yeah.
So if y'all hook up with her, she's a jokester.
They put me up to it.
Thank y'all for
Thank
coming.
you. Thank you for your
If
time.
y'all wanna leave, you can stick around, or y'all gotta drive. It won't be
Yeah,
very
I
long.
think-
We have people leave all the time.
We're gonna go if you're not offended by that, and any questions,
Oh,
just send me an email
okay.
and.
Thank you. Any more public comments? Come on up, Miss Hicks. Tuggle, sorry.
Hello, my name is Jamie Tuggle. In regards to what Mr. Smith was concerned with, I want to clarify a few things. First of all, no one has specifically pointed any fingers at anyone specifically. However, the fact of the matter is, the public, your public, Cedar Bluff, does feel there's some dishonesty that has been going on in this facility. I've heard many comments since I've decided to run for election, and I've had many people confide in me their feelings. Now, you cannot be a leader if your citizens feel that you're being dishonest. Whether that's actually happened or not, that's hanging over the head of this facility.
I've pastored a church for 60 years. In some people's eyes, every preacher's a crook.
That is
All
true.
police officers are dishonest. Nobody makes a correct arrest. Nobody makes the right judgment.
That is true.
But to put it in the paper,
Is that the paper?
I did not,
that's in
I
this
did not print
paper.
anything in a paper.
I got it right here in writing.
But it's in the paper.
Well, this paper.
Who passed this flyer out?
I didn't pass the
You
flyer.
didn't write what's in that
I
flyer?
wrote what was there, yes, sir. I wrote it, but I didn't know that it
And I will
had.
agree with you, this town and probably every council member,
I know what you're saying, but nobody knows where it came from.
However-
Where did that
every
newspaper?
police
However,
officer.
what I need to say is, I'm running for election, and my standpoint is, I want things to be done honest. And I
But
want
this
everybody to
didn't
feel
say-
like I'm
John,
doing things
John,
honest.
let's give her 3 minutes. Then I'll let you speak, but I want to get, we're not allowed to question her anyway. We can't question her at all. Go ahead, talk.
So whether the citizens feel like it was you, it was you, it was you, I don't know. All I know is they feel like there's been some dishonesty. I don't know who. But I know that going forward, I want them to know that I'm going to do things honest and fair if I'm elected. And that's all anyone's trying to say.
Well, when I ask you about the dishonesty, I mean,
I
you
didn't
can
write
take,
that you
what
were
I'm saying is,
dishonest.
or
I just
honest,
wanted
you
to
can
say
take
that.
honesty or whatever, whether stealing, or just tell a lie. I mean, trust me, there's lies come out everywhere. Even where I work, that's just
That
part of
is true.
business. I mean, I don't think you thought about stealing or
You
anything.
can come from
Like
disgruntled
crazy.
employees
She's
that
talking.
have been terminated.
Don't talk to her.
Well, now you-
We're not allowed to question her at all.
I'm not questioning.
And I'm the mayor, and I said, hold on.
Well,
Hold,
I'm just
hold,
responding.
I told you to hold on. Go ahead.
I'm the vice mayor too.
I don't care, I am, this is my meeting.
I know you're the.
I told you, please let her talk.
You don't tell me to do anything. You
Oh, yeah, I do.
Ask me to do
No,
something.
you're gonna be quiet while she talks. Go ahead.
So just to clarify, I just want to make sure that everybody knows, I'm not specifically pointing a finger at anyone here. I'm just telling you the community in general has concerns with things going on here. And I guess that when an election time comes up, that's when things come out and people express their feelings. So I just want the people who are going to vote for me to know that I plan on doing things honestly. Wasn't talking about you specifically, just in general. And the argument might be why everybody feels that there's such dishonesty going on. That's all I got to say.
Thank you. Any more public comment?
Tim Altizer, 205 Old Kentucky Turnpike. When I was elected to this council, I had a list of items that I felt that needed to be done in this town. While Mr. Herron was correct last month that none of those items were passed during my time on the council, many of them have now been implemented. And they include that our delinquent real estate tax list has been cleaned up, and we now have a list that we can say is owed and collectible. Also, the town's collected over $25,000 in delinquent real estate tax, adding to the town's cash reserves. The town is also authorized for the contracting of a third party to collect the delinquent taxes. The town has also stopped writing checks to people who owed money to this town. We've also got rid of the town vehicle sticker, and we've added it to our personal property tax tickets, and this is going to improve the collections for the vehicle licensing fee and decrease the associated expenses related to it. The town has changed the due date for the vehicle licensing fee so that we may now implement the DMV stock program to collect delinquent personal property tax and delinquent vehicle licensing fees. And I see that's on the agenda. I hope that's sort of progress made on that. We've also begun to pave some of our streets that sorely needed. The town has redone the financial reporting contained in your council packet, making it much easier to understand. The town advertised for the job of town manager, as all jobs with the town should be advertised. The town has also removed the TEA 21 grant from the general operating budget of the town. We now have a budget that has some constraints to it. These were just some of the motions that I made while on the council that received no support that have now been done. I do not take any credit for these because I could have talked till I was blue in the face and it wasn't going to be implemented. All the credit for these positive changes goes to Tom Lester and Mr. Absher. Although by them looking at the same data I was and coming to the same conclusions that I did, tells me that my ideas were good, well thought out, and positive for the town. However, there's still work to be done. Regardless of who is on this council come January, I hope that you will do some of the following and not dismiss them simply because I'm the one speaking about them. Direct Mr. Absher to go ahead and sign the contract and implement the DMV stock program. Direct Mr. Absher to add the $20 delinquent debt collection fee to the delinquent personal property tax and vehicle licensing fees to offset the expenses related to implementing the DMV stock. Direct Mr. Absher to contract a third-party collection service such as Sands Anderson for tax in Henrico to collect their delinquent real estate taxes. Do this so that no one associated with the leadership of the town can be accused of favoritism or nepotism. Add the 20% attorney's fees to those delinquent real estate tax accounts so that the town will receive all owed tax, interest, and penalties. Begin moving forward again with the TEA 21 grant. This is a large grant that the town's already been awarded that's just sitting out there waiting to be used. Lastly, forbid writing councilman stipend checks early. If you need a $300 check written before it's due, I question if you should be in control of the finances of this town. I'll address this more next month, Mr. Mayor. I feel my time is about up.
Thank you. Any more public comments? Ms. Singleton?
On a little brighter note, like we did in the spring, we need volunteers to help in the near future to take out the dead flowers that line the streets and put greenery in. And so I'm asking for volunteers to do this, and we want to do it before the really cold weather. So you can call me and let me know if you'd like to help do this, and we will we'll set up time and a date. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Looking great.
Well, they're starting to die right now. They were pretty.
Yeah, they were beautiful.
And we got the weeds taken care of, so that helped a lot.
Absolutely.
I'll help you if you call.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
I just want to respond to Chief Brand real quick about the Shop with the Cop. I really believe in that program. I've done it for 4 years while I was in high school, and I just want to know if you can't get any grants or anything, I'd like to sponsor 3 to 4 kids by any means. Just
This is just, I'll find out for sure.
Yes.
Walmart done this to us last year.
right, yes.
The initial grant application was declined,
Uh,
then closer they called and said, you got your grant.
okay, well,
But yeah, just check with me.
Yes, sir.
Sign off BDE.
yes, sir. I appreciate it. I just really believe in that. I mean, there's a lot of disadvantaged children in our area, and
It's an awesome
that's a program. I mean, that's one of the things I look forward to every year, going to see those smiles on those kids' face up there. And but if you can't get anybody, or even if you do, I'd still like to sponsor a couple kids. If you just get a hold of it,
Yes, sir.
close the time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more public comments? John, go ahead.
Okay, DMV stops, we are actually in the process of getting those implemented. Missy is heading that up. You spoke with Pam today from Dave Larimer's office?
Yes, and Leanne.
They've been who?
Leanne at Town of Tazewell.
Leanne, Town of Tazewell?
She's gonna help us as well.
Yeah, so we're gonna definitely get those in. The vehicle license fee's already taken care of. We didn't do the full $20. I think we only did 15, didn't we? Or did we do 20?
15.
It's 15, wasn't it? It was 15. But it was $5 more than what we was originally doing, so it went from 10 to 5. It's gonna be on their tax tickets. We got that taken care of. Of course, we had to do an adjustment because we got some tight people in this town, conservative people. We won't mention their names, will we, Jim? So, I'm kidding with you, Jim. So anyways, got that taken care of, hopefully. Property taxes has been an absolute nightmare. Some of the data that we received hadn't been converted over properly. We was hoping to get the tax tickets mailed out by October 31st. Probably not going to be able to get the tax tickets mailed out probably till November 4th, she said.
She said we were the 12th one.
We're 12th one in line, so we've had a time. We've been on the phone with Dave Anderson's office, Commissioner of Revenue, and it's been tough. But really, that's what's really consumed our time the last couple of weeks between the DMV stops, the property taxes, and personal property taxes. Of course, I was going to bring that up tonight about the trick or treating. Maybe just mirror what the town of Bluefield's doing, 6 to 8. If the people in the town's worried about trick or treaters coming by, just tell them to turn the lights off, don't answer the door. You know, I was wanting to get a vote on that though, just because I didn't want to say, hey, you know what I mean? Don't you think? I mean, if y'all are for it, either way. And something else. Oh, College Hill should be getting paid this week, shouldn't it, Terry?
Next week,
Next week?
starting first of the week.
Starting first of next week, okay. I know we're pushing the time limit there. We did celebrate Jim Carmody's 40th year. He was hired here when I was 5 years and 4 months old. I was October of 1980, so I was 5 years and 4 months. You was 5 years and 5 months.
Are you the one, Hardy?
Huh?
Are you the one?
No, I was eating ice cream though. I was having a good party probably somewhere. And, but anyways, 40 years. How does it feel, Jim?
Well, like somebody told me, the first 40 are past.
Yeah, you're halfway there.
That's right.
So we've been and just here lately, the mayor, of course, been helping me with the agenda and all. So he was like, hey, let's just stay out open session. We got to get those copies to Brad Stallard, to Penn Stewart. He's wanting those copies done. We had went back all the way back to I think 2008 meeting minutes and sent those to Mr. Scott's office. And of course, he's wanting the same. He's wanting us to go back and do everything that we sent Tom Scott's office. He's wanting the same thing with the thing. I don't know why you want to go that far back, just because the personnel conflict we're having wasn't even hired at that date. You know what I'm saying? So, but he's wanting to go all the way back to 2008 meeting minutes. Which we sent those over to Mr. Scott, and Mr. Scott's office did pay for those. So, but Brad Stallard's wanting to get everything that Mr. Scott received on that. Everything else has just been pretty much taxes, and DMV stuff. So that's about it, Mayor.
Could I ask one?
Yes, sir.
Thing? I got an email from you about the administrative fee.
Yes.
That the town is supposed to collect with the DMV stop.
Well, we can charge above, like,
Yeah.
because they charge us $25 regardless on the DMV stop.
Okay.
We're allowed to charge an administrative fee for like my time, Missy's time, whatever, to go above that, just so we're not negative. So we stop somebody $8, but we're going to pay them $25 regardless of the fee. We can charge like a $20 fee, administration fee to go on top of that. So at least we,
What I wanted to know was, hi John, is the amount of the administrative fee that we're supposed to adopt it by ordinance. So in order to prepare the ordinance, I was trying to get some feeling from the town manager and the council about the amount that you want to have as your administrative fee. Do you have a recommendation on that?
I was thinking 20. They said you could actually go up to what, 35?
35.
I mean, we're not going to vote on that tonight.
Right,
obviously.
right. I mean, we can kick it around and talk about, we
We're
can
going
say,
to have a first reading coming up, and I wanted to have the amount in there when we read it.
we could do a match, basically, and that would just be fair. If we're gonna pay DMV 25, just do a $25 administrative fee, and that way it washes out. If they owe us $3, we're $3 to the good.
Okay, so your recommendation is for me to put 25 in the draft?
Yeah.
Okay. Can do.
Okay.
That'll be draft, and then y'all can change it. Is that it?
That's it.
Tim?
Just a report from the water department, utility department, that all samples that they took came back negative. All the meters were read on time. They flushed water mains in various places throughout the system. There were no problems with no problems with water or sewer systems to report. Looks like brick forms and poured concrete for new foundations or platforms for trash cans throughout the town.
Jerry?
Fire department for the month of September, 4 monthly meetings, no calls during the month. We held a gas pipeline safety class. Total hours of meeting, training, and other were 70, and total hours on call was 0.
Joe Black?
The police department report is, they responded to 42 calls. They worked 2 accidents. They made 50 traffic stops. They issued 26 traffic summons. They patrolled a total of 4,088 miles in the month of September. They assisted, made 3 assists with other jurisdictions. They wrote 6 warning tickets, and the auxiliary officer hours amounted to 8. On September the 23rd, the police department participated in the election preparedness meeting with the Tazewell Voter Registration Office. On the 26th, they participated in the Relay for Life parade from the high school. And Danny Brown completed the process to renew his conservator of the peace certification. He did a good job again, as they always do.
Always, the best.
They are.
Council concerns?
I'm still concerned over the,
Well, I mean, I was gonna go ahead and give you time now if you wanna say something.
okay, well, what I like saying, and I have no opinion, I'm not starting to, but when I insinuate that my church is dishonest, I'm gonna use the church. When I insinuate that my church is dishonest, I'm saying everybody's dishonest. She said, well, maybe somebody is, that could be. But when you insinuate that Cedar Bluff board is dishonest, you've said everybody's dishonest. I mean, you left it up to word of imagination. I know at one time, we about lost our town on account of Jim McLaughlin was falsely accused, and that thing went to court, several different courts, and just about blew this whole town up. And I think there ought to be something wrote to confirm that you're not making a statement that Cedar Bluff is dishonest. I don't think you can say part of us are.
Well, only part of us are up for election, I guess.
Ever how you want to leave it, I mean, if that's where you want to leave it, you know, that
Well,
they're all
rumors
dishonest.
are, John. I mean, I'll be honest, when you first put your name in the ad, I said I was gonna vote for you, did I not?
Yes.
And the other day, and I just speak just like come to me, there's a few councilmen's gonna have a piece of my ass next time they run into me. Well, then they decided they didn't wanna have a piece of it, so they're gonna transfer it down to you. So that's why I come to see you, did I not?
you come see me, we had our discussion, and,
Right. So that's, I mean,
Yeah,
that's just
I
how I am.
I hope left it without,
But
any
that- I've
hard
never seen that.
feelings
I've
or
never
any
read that, I've
embarrassment.
never read that in any paper, and I'm gonna find out where it comes from.
And here's the paper, I just have one copy, I'd like to keep it,
I like to see it.
okay? You can have, she probably might run you off. I just,
So
for
sure,
the
maybe I'll
town,
find it. Okay,
for the town, I just don't like that rumor.
I got you. That's why that's why
I
I think
pastored several churches, rumors come up like that, next thing you know, you got a church split. Cause they think the preacher's crooked, or the deacons are crooked, or, well, they didn't explain who was crooked, we think all of them are crooked. And, there's not a person in here that somebody hasn't falsely accused and called you a crook, or dishonest, or ignorant, or,
I'm a car salesman. I've heard the council call me a crook.
Right. well, I hear it say all preachers are crooks and all police officers are dishonest. And when you come up and start insinuating, I won't know, are you saying they are? Or are you saying they could be? And it could be anywhere. But here it's stating that we've got an honesty problem. So.
Any other council concerns?
I make a motion to go in closed session under section 2.2 through 3711, A1, A6, and A29, personnel salaries and benefits.
I don't know, I wasn't on the agenda. It wasn't on the agenda, I didn't put it on the agenda.
Well, you have a motion.
What department's it concerned? You got it, the
Police department, payroll.
police department.
I got a motion on the floor.
To go in executive closed session.
Need a second. That's all right now.
I'll second.
Roll call. Yes or no?
Aye.
All right, let's do it. 7:21.